Alrighty then, welcome back to another video in this whole numbers unit. Let's get started right away here. When you don't need an exact answer, you do something called estimating. And I want you to think about, when would you use an estimate? What kind of situations do you find yourself in where you don't need the exact number, but you need a close number? Well, when you estimate a sum, and I say sum here, I'm talking S-U-M, and that is the answer when we add. You will find a number that is close to the sum, okay? We're not trying to find the exact sum, we're trying to find a number that's close. Okay, so just to warm our brains up here, I got a little flyer from Crazy Ted's Electronics, and I'm going to ask you, how much will it cost to buy a TV set and a DVD player? And what could you buy if you had $700 to spend? Take a couple minutes, estimate that out in your head, and then maybe write it down and just think about it, okay? Okay, let's say an electronics store had 395 customers on Friday and 452 customers on Saturday. About how many customers did the store have for those 2 days? Well, here's a tip. I got it in bold here. When a question asks about how many, you can and you should estimate, okay? And when you estimate, you use numbers that are close, but you want them easier to work with. So if we're going to estimate 395 plus 452, that's going to tell us, that's the exact number on the 2 days. And if we were to add those up, literally we would get the exact answer. But we're going to estimate first, okay? Well, we could write each number to the closest hundred. So for 395, well, it's pretty close to 400, so we'll go to the closest hundred there for 400. And 452 is actually closest to 500. I know it's kind of in the middle, but it is technically closest to 500. Well, we could add those two. 400 plus 500 is 900. So we could say an estimate for this problem is, well, about 900 people came on the 2 days. Okay, well, here's another method. We're going to do that estimating 395 plus 452. We could use something called front-end estimation. Okay? Front-end estimation. So we had the nearest 100 on the previous screen. Now we're going to use a new method called front-end estimation. And what that means is we're going to add only the first digits of the numbers, and I'll have them in bold here. So 395, and I got the 3 in nice and bold here, and 452 in nice bold there. We're going to say, well, it's 300 plus 400. We're only going to count the first digit. And remember that first digit is in the hundreds place, so that means 300 and 400. Well, that's about 700 altogether. So that's another way. Now, the last screen we had 900. This time we have 700. These are both estimates. And, they're very far apart, so maybe we can try and find a closer way of doing this. So let's find a closer estimate. Well, the rest of 395 would have been 95, and the rest of 452 is 52. And we could just say, well, that 95 is about 100, and that 52 is about 50, and we could add those two, and it equals 150. And if we add that 150 to our original front-end estimate of 700, we get 850, and that's probably a more accurate estimate for the 2 days. All right, I'm going to get you to try this one. Jeremy estimated the following. 517 plus 475 is about 900. Is that high or low estimate? Is he like way above or is he way below? How do you know? Take a couple minutes, figure that out. Okay, so Jeremy here, he got 517 plus 475. If I was to guess, I'm going to say he probably used front-end estimation. He only looked at the first digits, and what he was probably saying in his head, I'm going to change that to a 500 and that to a 400. Even though 475 is closer to 500, he's just going to 400. And he's saying that's about 900. Well, because he is so far off on that 475, I'm going to say this is probably a low estimate. The real answer probably, and in fact is, higher than 900. But it's still a good estimate. Okay. Well, here's another one Jeremy did. He said 4,056 plus 359 is about 4,300. Again, is that estimate high or low, and how do you know? Take a couple seconds, figure that out. Again, I'm probably going to guess he is just doing that front-end estimation. He's probably saying to himself, well, that's 4,000 plus 300 equals 4,300. And again, I think because 4,000 is below that number and 300 is below that number, that is definitely a low estimate. The real answer would be higher. Is it an okay estimate? For sure. It's a strategy. Nothing wrong with that. So just remember, estimating, it doesn't have to be exact. It's about, about. All right, here's another one I want you to try. Rupert. Good old Rupert wants a breakfast that is less than 1,500 calories or 1,500 calories. He has an omelet with 565 calories, hash browns with 255 calories, waffles with 750 calories, and orange juice with 105 calories. And I don't know about you, but I really want to be Rupert right now because I actually am kind of hungry. But anyways, I digress. So about how many calories are in Rupert's breakfast? So that's step one here. And did he make his goal? And I want you to explain that. So take a couple seconds, figure it out about how many calories are in his breakfast and did he make his goal? Okay, well, let's see. We had 565 for the omelet. He had 255 for the hash brown, 750 for the waffles, and 105 for the orange juice. Well, we could use front-end estimation. I could change that to a 500. I could change that to a 200. I could change that to a 700. Sorry, my smartboard arrows are not looking very neat. And 100. I could add all these up. Well, 500 plus 200 is 700. Plus another 700 is 1,400. Plus 100 is 1,500. Well, it's not less, it's exact if that was our, using front-end estimation. But please remember, this is not a close way of estimating. So could we take the 565, maybe make it a bit clearer? Well, let's consider all these other digits we didn't consider before. Well, we could say 65 is close to 50. We could say that 55 is close to 50. And we could say, well, the 750 is close to 50. And that 5 and 105, we could probably just leave it. So, these three together equal 150. I think if we added this 150 here, we're going to get 1,650. That is probably a closer estimate. And the second part is, did he make his goal? I'm sorry, Rupert. I think you're a little bit over. I think you need to go back to the health guide and figure out what you need to eat. Or maybe cut out your waffles there. I don't know why he needs waffles and omelets, but that's what he's eating. Okay, so here's some examples of how you can quickly estimate sums, when we add in our head or on paper, because sometimes we don't need the exact answer, we just need to know about, and we can figure it out from there. So remember, guys, in life, math happens. Take care.